In lesson 2-3, we are learning about the absolute values of rational numbers. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to find and interpret absolute value. So here's our solve and discuss it. A portion of a bank account statement is shown below. How would you interpret the value of the ending balance? Explain. So we can see that we have what looks like a credit card over here or a debit card, and we have an account statement. So this is showing us what is the ending balance in this person's account, like their bank account. So we can see that it says -30. What does that mean? How much money does this person have? This person has no money in their account, and actually they owe the bank some money. They owe the bank how much? They actually owe the bank $30. And if they pay the bank the $30, how much money will they actually have in their account? So if they pay the bank, if they deposit, and a deposit is giving the bank money, if they deposit $30 into the bank or into their account, then their balance will now be zero. So once they pay back the bank the $30, because it's negative, that means it's below zero, then they'll have $0. And that means that they still don't have any money, they still can't purchase anything, but they don't owe anything to their bank. So we're going to be talking about absolute value, the distance a number is away from zero. So in this situation, the absolute value of this statement account is 30 because they're going to owe the bank $30. All right, so let's look at this first example. Describe quantities using absolute value. Stock prices rise and fall during the year. And a stock is, as you get older, you're going to learn about stocks and you can buy them. And the price of the stock can change and make you money, or it can increase and make you money, or it could decrease and you could lose money. The table shows the overall change in the price of a company's stock from year to year. So in 2015, the change in price was $11, 2014, $19, 2013, it had a negative $34, and in 2012, $6. So this symbol right here means that the stock is decreasing. And because these are positive, that means that it's increasing. So during which 2 years was the overall change in stock price the greatest? So in order to figure that out, we need to know what is the absolute value. How far away are these numbers from zero? So if we look down here, the absolute value of a number is the distance from zero on the number line. Distance is always positive. So absolute value is always going to be a positive number, no matter what. So here we have a number line. We have 0, we have 5 units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 5 the other way. And because this is to the left of the 0, it is negative. So if we look at -5, -5 is 5 units from 0. And +5 is also 5 units from 0. So the way we write this is the absolute value of -5, so the distance -5 is from 0, is 5. But the same thing is true for +5. The absolute value of 5, or the distance 5 is from 0, is also 5 units. Okay, so absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. So to find the 2 years with the greatest change, we have to use absolute values. So the absolute values of the changes in the company's stock price each year are shown below. So in 2015, it was positive 11. So what's the absolute value of 11? How far away is 11 from 0? It is 11 places. In 2014, the change in price was 19. What is the absolute value of 19? 19. In 2013, the price went down 34. It decreased, negative 34. But we want to know what is the absolute value of negative 34. How far away is negative 34 from 0? It is 34. And in 2012, the absolute value of 6 is 6. So to go back to the question, which 2 years was the overall change in stock price the greatest? So we're not talking about, we're only talking about the absolute value. So if we look here, the greatest change was 34 in 2013. And the second greatest change was 19 in 2014. So the 2 years in which the change in stock price was the greatest was 2013 with 34. It had a price change of $34, and 2014, which was 19. So I want to practice a couple with you. So find each absolute value. What is the absolute value of negative 9? How far away is negative 9 from 0? It is 9 places. How far away is negative 5.5 or negative 5 and 5/10 from 0? Well, it is 5 and 5/10 away from 0. And let's do this last one, 6. 5 and 3/4. How far away is that from 0? What's the absolute value? Well, it is 5 and 3/4 places away from 0. So what I want you to do is practice absolute value. And you're also going to have to order the numbers from least to greatest. So find the absolute value first. So for example, the absolute value of negative 6 is 6. The absolute value of negative 4 is 4. The absolute value of 11 is 11. And the absolute value of 0 is 0. So put them in order. Which one comes first based on the absolute value? So we have the 0, absolute value of 0. Then we have the absolute value of negative 4. Then we have the absolute value of negative 6. And then we have the absolute value of 11. And that is how we order them.